Hello, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tristan and I'm here.
I'm Nathan Gergen.
And we're here for the Royal Download. This is the school sports version, and we are excited to be with you here today. So, Nathan, let's go ahead and talk about girls soccer team. Number 5 in the nation, number 1 in the state. The team is good.
That's
Nathan.
Higher than the girls basketball team was.
It is.
And so I'm very excited. They only have one loss, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, I think it's going to continue to be a good season for the soccer team.
Yeah,
I'm really excited
Wednesday
to see what
they play Westfield. Friday night they're at Mount Vernon. Both of them should be good games. Westfield has a good girls soccer team. Izzy Wallace leads the team with 17 goals. Layla Brown with 10. Overall, the team's been very solid all year, and it showed. They played like a team. Coach Davidson got his 300th win as head coach a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just an incredible season so far for the girls soccer team.
Yeah.
How far do we think they're going to go? You think they can keep this one up?
I think they can keep it up. They have the skills, they have the talent to keep this up. If Izzy Wallace continues to go off like she has, 17 goals. That's like by far leading.
It is.
So. I think this team could do something special.
Yeah, and let's go on to girls volleyball, who is probably our most interesting game of last week.
Oh, that was fun.
With the Mudsock game, won in 5 sets versus Fishers. They were down 2 sets to 1 going into the 4th. Then they had a crazy comeback in the 4th set, and they ended up winning the 4th set and winning the 5th set. They were down by like 6.
They were down by 6, and Fishers was like 3 points away from putting it away. And HSC came back, won, took it to a 5th set, dominated the 5th set. It was a really good game. Carly Mills, I think, was my big standout there.
She's a good player. That's why IU has her. That's why she committed there. 9-3 in the season for the girls volleyball team. Delaney Garner, 147 kills this season.
Wow.
And that's why you can vote for her as the Indiana High School Girls Volleyball Player of the Week. Use the link in our Twitter for that. Abby Weber, 125 kills this season. And Grace the Kill Hunter, it is in her nickname, 99 kills this season. Really great offense for the Royals, and defense has been great. Olivia Phillips with setting up people. She's a setter for the team. That's what she does. She does her job very well. And defense, it's been good all year. Maddie Cole in there, getting some blocks. The whole team really playing as a good unit. And I think Coach Young has to be happy with the way his team has played as of recently.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about football. And they lost 27-6 versus Fishers, crosstown rival. You and I were both at the game. We were not working, but we were at the game, and we went ahead and we shared our thoughts, some of it during the game. But offense, rushing struggles, kind of all game. But although there is a positive out of that, if Nigel Wilson had some of his best runs of the season, about 5 yards. He's averaging around 2 yards per carry. So getting some 5-yard runs, that definitely helps that average and helps him get a little bit of confidence. But
Wilson, he's always been a power runner. That's
that's what he's getting when Blaine Wirtz is out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get him back next week, this Friday against Westfield. But hopefully we get him back. But Nigel's kind of taking on that Blaine role, and he's played a little bit there. And then Fisher's D-line and linebackers were dominant. They kind of beat our offensive line a lot of times to the play. They were able to push them back into the backfield.
By the way, Fisher's running game between Rue and who's their running
Dylan
game?
Scally.
Dylan Scally.
I have played football with both of them, and they both are extremely dangerous weapons in the running game. Marcus is a read option master. He runs it extremely well. And then Dylan Scally, he's short and he's quick and he has a low center of gravity, so you can't really see him going over the line, so he can just kind of hit the hole. But Nigel Wilson, Tylen Taylor, and KJ Gomez, who all got into the game at running back, none of them could get it going really on offense. A few good blocks put up by a few of them, but really when it came to the running game, not a lot you could really do against that Fishers D-line and linebacker. Matt Holt was always in there for Fishers, making tackles. Another guy I played football with, excellent football player.
Overall, the team seems to be more on defense-oriented than offense. And what we saw
Chris Stein was everywhere.
Chris Stein was everywhere.
But he probably had 10 tackles last night, or Friday night.
But the problem I keep on seeing, why we lost North Central and Avon, is just because The defense is kind of
They
just
get on the
staying on
field,
too
yeah.
long. They are
They
staying
get tired
way too
and
long.
then they go ahead and allow. It's a better defense than most, but I feel like the problem with that is that some of the guys start to get tired, and you have really good players on that defensive side. We missed Savon Smith this week.
Yeah.
Savon's a huge player out this week. Great person on the D line for the team. Evan Lance kind of had to do a lot of it, and he was in his mojo for a bit. He plowed over Marcus Rue at one point. He started getting that energy back, and then JT Munchner kind of just held up by Jonah Vanderkamp for a lot of the game. But like the defensive line for HSC is good, and the linebackers are solid. Chris Stein, again, was everywhere. Seth Morelli has the most amount of tackles out of anyone on the team. Joel Cheche, you didn't really see him too much, but he's had a good season. So I feel like that against Westfield, and Westfield's no slouch. They're a good team.
Yeah.
But I feel like that going against Fishers, who are probably better than they're ranked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're now 4-0. So they're no slouch. They're a good team.
Yeah.
HSE is a 1-3 team. I feel like they played 2-2. I feel like we should have lost against North Central, and I feel like we should have lost against Fishers. I feel like we should have beat Avon with the way we played.
I feel that we should have beat North Central. I think that game was, Avon number one in the state. I mean, the comeback was nice, but ultimately we couldn't get it done. But with North Central, we held the lead most of the game. I think
part of the problem is that we just haven't gotten up to a fast enough start in games. Like, it seems like we really kick it on in the fourth quarter, and that's where a lot of our points come from. I feel like if we started that earlier, like in the first and second quarter, maybe ran a little bit more of an aggressive offense, that kind of play, get Hobson throwing more, not rely so much on the running game, the ground and pound. As we've seen, it's been a little inconsistent at times. If we get kind of the throwing offense, I feel like that would be better. But let's go ahead and talk about special teams. And special teams has been very inconsistent. Girolis 2 weeks ago at Avon looked fantastic. He could make field goals from pretty much anywhere on the field. This week,
struggled.
He missed one, and then the other two were blocked. And I feel like I was talking to a few different players, and they're going to work on the blocking for special teams. They're also going to work on Girolis. They're also going to work on him leaning forward, so he doesn't have to shift the momentum to go ahead and kick off. So that's what they're going to work on with that, and I feel like special teams should be better. Coach Aki Alice, the special teams coordinator, going to be preaching that in practice this week, and I feel like it should be better against Westfield.
Yeah, I think Westfield is a good team, like you said.
They are.
But we're 1-3. We have seemed like we could have been 2-2. Whichever game you think we should have won is your opinion, but 2-2 is the way to go, and we're back home. So they're back in the confines of, good old TCU field here. I think this is going to be another challenge for the Royals. I think this whole season has been a challenge, but I think they can get it done. They just need to work on that consistency issue.
But when you're looking at trends and Tristan's trends, we're going to go ahead and look at that. And going along with that, whatever team is at home with the Mudsock usually wins the game. Yeah. Because when we're at Fishers, it's very few times that HSC often wins, and when it's at HSC, very few times that Fishers often wins. Home team advantage is a very real thing in the Mudsock, and you can see why both crowds were absolutely insane every year. And last night, on Friday night, the We Got Spirit chant is getting more and more and more intense, and the Spirit section was insane.
We Got Spirit lasted 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Easily.
Maybe more. And volleyball was even longer than that.
So it's becoming more and more of a thing. It's good for both schools. I think everyone had a good time there. Yeah. But really, this team is a better team than I think that their record shows. Definitely. I feel like the stats don't necessarily tell the story a lot of the time when you're looking at the team. They play well. They play as a team pretty well once they
get into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hobson's looked like he's been good throughout the season. That interception against Fishers kind of was sucky, and then the pick six at North Central, another one that kind of against Avon, or who was it? North Central, Avon, one of the two. That kind of
Cherry's
deflated.
Pick?
No. When Hobson threw the pick six.
Oh gee.
Cherry did have a pick six, and Mike Cherry's been everywhere this year. He's been a center fielder, safety, and he's been fantastic all year.
Yeah, I think that was against Avon. That really didn't help.
No, but that's just kind of what we have to look for. But I think she's going to come back, and I feel like that they're going to be competitive against Westfield. So that's about all the time we have here for this episode of the World Download. We want to thank you for going ahead and tuning in. My name is Tristan Fuller for Nathan Gergen for Zach Vance. This has been the sports episode of the World Download. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
The sports episode?
Did I say that?
All of the sports episode.
Can you cut that out?